Hello kids, good morning to all. I hope you all are staying at home and staying safe too. And I know you all doing you are reviewing all the lessons and you're writing all your homework things, right? So in previous class what we learned? It's about chapter 15, transport and communication, right? In our previous class we learned about transportation, right? From where and how we improved in traveling, right? From foot to airplane, how the animals used to work, right? How the people have improved themselves, right? So this is all we learn about previous class, right? So this is our session 2 where we learn about communication, right? So what is communication? So when we are talking, when we are sending a message, when we are convincing something to other person, right? So we are convincing something, some words to other person is what? A communication. So we are talking. Now I am communicating with you, right? So because I am talking, I am giving some information, right, to you is what? Communication, right? So talking, in a simple word, it's what? Talking with each other is what? Communication, right? So here we will go to the lesson here, okay? So here observe the picture carefully, read the explanation given and match with the correct pair. One example is given, okay? So here used to know information of the surroundings. So whatever happens surrounding us, from how we are getting? From newspaper, right? So we get all the news paper in our daily life. We used to read, right? So we'll get what happened to the other places, right? There's a flood, there's some ministers are come, so there's election, there's about COVID, there's many information we'll get into these newspapers, right? So here in olden days it was used to send letters, right? So here, so what are those? From the newspaper we'll get all those things, okay? So here in olden days it used for transportation. What? In the previous class what we learned? In transportation what we have used? Animal, right? So animals, donkey, horse, right? And airplanes, right? So here the donkey, the olden days it was used for transportation, which is horse cart, right? So here horse cart is used to transport people, right? So here it is instrument used to collect and send information in a short time. So in these nowadays we are using many things, right? So we are using many things like to send a message through internet, right? Through computer, right? So here to the computer that we should match. In olden days it was used to carry goods, right? So donkeys, we use donkeys or other animals to carry the goods, right? So here they had given the picture of donkey who carries what? Goods. So here we should match with that circle. Nowadays it is used for national and international travel, right? If you want to go national or international, means other countries, how will you go? By bus? There's no vehicles, right? So there's no vehicles like road other transport. So we use what? Air transport, which is aeroplane. We use aeroplane to travel, right? So here it's in a very less time. In a less time we use what? Airplane to land there, right? So it's about many it's very far, right? If we travel by what, if we use road transport, it will take more time. So airplane which help us to go other country in a very less time, right? So you should match with the airplane here, okay? And it is used to send information in the shortest time, right? So what is that? It's a telephone, right? If you want to convey any messages, you just give a call to that person that yes, we are coming tomorrow, right? There is this function. In a short time we can send the message to any other person from the from our country or other country also, right? It will take very less time. So here it is used to send information in the shortest time is what? Telephone, right? Now see the next here. So before this, right? So in transportation, what they used to travel from walk to what? To the airplane. Now so they start using many other things, right? They invent many things. Here also in communication, before that there is no other person, there is no other way to send the message. Now we have telephone, we can send through WhatsApp, something, many other things we can send the message in very short time. But before those days where there is no facilities, there is no other way, in that time the person used to send the message, right? They use, if there is any message they wanted to give the other person, right? They used to send through by writing a letter, right? There is no pens in that time, they use inks, okay? They used to make those inks with the trees or plants, then they used to write and they send through the person, and he has to take that message and give it to that particular person. Later they have started using birds, pigeons, right? They used to tie the message in their legs, okay? And they trained those what, pigeons or dove, where they used to send that message to the particular person, right? They used to tie into their legs, where the bird should go there and give that message to the person, okay? Now after that there is many, then they have start something, okay? The person who's king of that particular area or a country, they have started using post office. What is a post office? Where you write the letter and you should write the address and it will reach to the person. The postman who collect all the letters from the post office and he will give it to the person, to that address, okay? So after that you don't see any post office in these days, right? They have become very less now. There is no letter system in these days, right? Because we are getting all the technical things where you are where we are using, right? In that, before that, they used to write the letter and they post in a red box. You just ask your parent, must have seen those red box where you write the letter and put into that red box, and the postman will come and pick those letters and he will be giving to the particular address, right? So this is what post office. Then they have started, they are inventing, right? So they are inventing what? Telephones. How was the telephone? Very rarely there is a STD booths, right? You have to put 1 rupee coin, there you can talk, right, to the person. There is STD booth where the people who is waiting, they are in a queue to waiting to get their calls, right? So after that, everybody has a landline. So everybody, they start taking the landlines where they had given a number where if you dial there, you can convey the message. Then after, cell phones, like mobile phone, they have started. Then the way, and they start inventing in many ways. Now we have many kinds of mobiles, right? So here it's about what? Communication. It's for communication to the person, right? So here, see the next one, post office. Visit a nearby post office or a contact the postman and collect the information about following and write here. So in a postcard, how it will be? It's like a post. It's a letter. Here they have to put a stamps. Okay, they used to make many other things like flag. There is about a stamps, okay, where we have to post it, we have to paste it, okay. Then post cover, right? If there is a information which is very personal or informative, what we have to do? We have to put in a cover, okay. There is about, here they have put the lines where you have to write address. So you should write address, okay. In back side you should write the information. And parcel. Parcel means if you want to send that what letter, a post person will come and he will collect those, okay. Speed post. What is a speed post? Nowadays we send Rakhis, right? We can send what? Photos through these mobiles. But if you want to send something, you will get a parcel from, if you order somewhere, right? If you order something, right? So for the house thing, dresses, clothes, any cosmetics, we'll get parcel. If we order and we pay the money, we'll get that parcel. Then what is a speed post? Means if you want to send something, right? There's a Rakhi, right? You will, if the person who is not staying near us, so where you have to send up Rakhis, then there's a very less time, okay. If you send through speed post, it will reach around 2 to 3 days. Otherwise, in a parcel, it will take about 1 week to 10 days to reach that parcel. But in speed post, you can receive or you can send that that letter in 2 to 3 days, okay. So what they will do in a parcel, they will send about 10 to 12 days, 1 week to 10 days. They will take around 7 days to 10 days. In speed post, there is a other stamp for speed post where they understand it's a very necessary or it is very urgent, that time they will send by 2 to 3 days. Okay, so here write a letter to your friend inviting him to attend your village fair. Write his and her address on the letter and put in the post box. Okay, so here it's what, how you should write from. Okay, so your name, I'll just write ABC Kuvempu Nagar Gadag. Okay, it's from you and you should write your information here, and you should start with a saying dear friend. Okay, here what you can say, hi Shikha, I am ABC, right? So I am inviting you to come on my village fair. Village fair means what? It's not white. Okay, it's a fair means jatre. Okay, so here village fair where we will enjoy. Okay, then waiting for your reply, right? Thank you, meet you soon. Okay, then you should, here after that you should write the address to, here you should write to. Okay, then here also you can write to whom? Shikha, right? So then where she stay? If she stay Gandhinagar, Dharwad. If she say Dharwad, okay, then here it's her address. Okay, if you write like this with the address, it will reach to the correct address. Okay, if you write a correct address, you can get them. Okay, you will get the letter. Even you may get any parcel letters, right? So nowadays it's very less, right? But still it's some of people who use these post office, right? So to send some parcel or speed parcel, right? So here observe the following picture carefully. Put right mark in front of the means of communication used by you and your family members, right? There are many other things. See here, the first one is what? Post office, right? See the next one, newspaper, and see the third one, it's a fax machine. Okay, so through the computer, if we know the address, there is a code for fax address. Okay, so if we enter to the in that fax, we can send a message. Okay, there is how the for phone number, how for the mobile we have phone number, then only we can reach to that person. Here in the fax, if there is a code given to the fax, there is a fax number, if we enter, we can send the fax to the through the fax. Okay, so here phone and mobile, right? So here the telephone, through the computer or through the radio. Even they used to, in a very old days, if you are requesting, okay, there is a radio. Before that, there is no other entertainment where the person we can give a call to that radio and we can request any songs or any messages to the particular person, right? So here in that, what you are using, use through mobile, telephone, right? So here through the computer, right? So very rarely we use these post letters. Collect information about the means of communication which were used in our olden days and which are used in the present days. Okay, means of communication used in our olden days. What? The dove, right? They used to tie to their legs, right? So letters, radio, right? So and the person, right? To the person who can send the message, or through the dove or the pigeon or the post office and through fax, right? So here and the letters. Means of communication used in the present days. What? Newspaper, telephone, mobiles, computer or the fax. Look at the picture. So we can see many difference, right? So we still use some of those, right? So we still use post office, we still use telephone, we still use radio, but only thing which is not changed means from the pigeon or the person, only they have changed, the rest all same only, we still using those communication, right? So here look at the picture below and read the information. See the first one, what is that? The letter, a means of communication through writing that can be sent with the help of post office, right? He used to collect, the postman used to collect from those post office and he will send message to the particular address, right? See the next one, an instrument through which we can directly speak to the other person at a distance is what? Telephone, right? So a means of communication which publish news from different parts of the country and the world every day, right? So we'll get, if you see the newspaper, we are in Gadag, but still we are getting all the informations, right, through the newspaper. It's very good habit that you should read newspaper every day, that we will get all the information, right? What and where and how the things are happen, right? So there is there is any functions, there is any festivals, there is any celebration, there is any issues, there is any political problem, there is any flood, climatical issues, there everything will get in that newspaper. So here an attractive means of communication in which regional, national and cultural program are telecast is what? Television, right? So we'll get a news, we can watch the news, right? So there's another way, right? There's a program, right? So we'll get all the news from any other country or other place from through television. Means of communication in which regional, national and international news can be heard, right? So this is like very old, still people used to, the older people used to hear through radio, right? We can't see, but we can hear the voice from radio, where they will get all the information. There is a programs, there is a songs played through radio, or we can hear the music, or we can hear the news, right? They will read. In television we can watch, only that difference is there, okay? So here a wonderful means of communication used to get and send any information of the world within a short time is what? Computer, right? We can send mails, emails, messages, right? So through these computers, okay? Collect and paste a picture of various means of communication, write their names and few sentence below them, right? So you can write telephone, television, radio, right? Then what? Post office, right? So newspaper, about those things we can read, and we can paste the photos here, and about that we can write here, okay? So here, know this, who discovered what, right? So we know about airplane, right? So about the communication, the transportation, how we improved ourselves, right? So the person who started inventing those, right? We know from bus, we know the vehicles, and we know the many means of communication, right? So who have invented, who have started that those instruments, okay? That we should know about it, okay? So here, Wright brothers, so these are the brothers who have invented aeroplane, and they have, for the first aeroplane which was flied is about and they have given the names of Wright only, Wright brothers, okay? Graham Bell, you must have heard this name, Graham Bell, who have invented television, right? So we every day we watch television, but we don't know who have invented that, right? So who's that? Graham Bell, who invented telephone. Sorry, Graham Bell, who we every day we are using telephones, right? So we watch many things in that. Now this started which they have invented. It's like a very small screen, right? So where there is about very small screen, they're just only typing, okay? There is a button to type. With that they have started what? Telephones. It's by Graham Bell. Charles Babbage, right? Charles Babbage is invented computer, right? Who have invented computer? Charles Babbage. John Beard, right? So it's invented television. Marconi, right? Marconi is by radio, right? So he have started, for the radio we need frequencies. So from those we'll get what? Radio. We can listen from anywhere, right? So if there is a frequent lines are there, then we can hear that radio from anywhere, right? So it's who? Marconi. So do you know this? The train is the major mode of transport in India, right? So most it can carry many people, right? So in bus there is about some people who's restricted, right? There is about 30 to 50 people can sit in one bus. In car is about 4 to 5 people. In bike is 2 to 3 people, right? So in the train who have it can carry more people. So it's a more major mode of transport. The first train in India ran in 1853, Bombay to Thane, about 34 kilometers, right? So BST. So it's what CST, where the first train has started, right? So from Bombay to Thane, it's about 34 kilometers, right? Though the camel's body structure is suitable for walking in desert, right? It is used for transport in desert area, so it is called the ship of the desert, right? So we can't take vehicles there. There's a desert, right? There is a sand where we can't walk, and there's no use of vehicles there. So they use what? Camel. We still it's still they are using camel, right? Because it's very difficult to walk in the sand. So for the ship, what they call? For the camel, they say the ship of the desert. Submarine travels in the deep sea. Submarine, right? You must have heard this. Submarine means where it's not travel up on the sea, right? It is it will travel deep sea, where they used to some of those they usually the armies who have very what they say, if it is very conventional, where the people should not about those travels which is not safe, right? Where they want to keep something safe, right? So they used to travel by submarine. Spacecraft are used to study things beyond the earth, right? So spacecraft, the sky. About what about? So what it is study about beyond the earth? Paper published every day. Paper published every day. Daily newspaper, paper published once in a week. Weekly newspaper, magazine published once in a 15 days. Fortnightly magazine published once in a month. Monthly magazine, right? So they have started, we'll get a everyday newspaper, right? So for Thursday and Sunday we'll get a extra supplements, right? So for the 15 days, if there is any festivals, they used to give in the month of Jan, right, where it's a Yugadi or Sankramana. In that time they used to give magazine with the newspaper. The first animal which was used for transportation was dog, right? This is where they don't know, right? So which animal which is helpful, in that way they have started using dog. Some of the fast moving trains in the world can travel at more than 350 km per hour. Those trains can cover the distance between Bangalore to Hubli in an hour, right? So it's about what we said, it's a metros, right? So it's a express train, right? So where the person can travel from Bangalore to Hubli, it's about 350 kilometers in an hour. So if you have traveled right from Hubli, then you must have remember, if you sit at night, for the next day you will reach, right? But here it's a fast moving train where it will take only 1 hour, right? So about 350 kilometers, right? So this is where we should know more about these communication and transport, right? So this is what we learn about today's class, kids. transport and communication. What is transport means? If we are traveling from one place to another place is what? Transport. Communication means we are sending some informative or information to the other person is what? Communication, right? So in that we have, in the transportation they have used many animals like a dog, right? And what? Camel, right? So bullock carts, horse cart, then donkey and camel, and what? Even any elephant, right? So these they have used, and after that they start inventing from bullock cart to and airplane, right? The buses, car, auto rickshaw, motorcycle, right? They have start inventing in transportation where we can travel any in any places or any other countries, right? In the communication also same thing, right? From the person to dove, and then they have started post office, fax, mobile, television and newspaper, and there are many there are many things, mode of transport they have invented. Even they have improved themselves by giving what? Many things to people, right? So from letter, phone, newspaper, television, radio, and fax, and computer, right? So now we are using many things, right? So it's about what? Where how we have improved, and we all adopt how the conditions are now, right? But doesn't mean we misuse those things, right? So we should take care of those things also, right? So what you have to do, I'll provide you to the notes, and you have to write neatly in your textbook and notebook, right? So you just have to read, and you know how to write the letters. Okay, I'll just send you one pattern, so you can write your name or other name. Okay, so this is all about today's class, kids. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.